Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just grab something here. Let me just set that. Awesome. Okay, I think that looks good. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for waiting. Welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary live stream. It is indeed Monday, October the 19th. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks Commentary live stream for, like I said, Monday, October the 19th. These are where you get Canucks insight that's positive and timely. And I appreciate that, as always, no matter where you're watching from, whether it's in Vancouver or Richmond, Steveston, my area, getting a little rusty here. Steveston, Richmond, Vancouver, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, wherever it may be. I appreciate you being here. I do not take it for granted. And I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, doing anything else right now, but instead you are here with me tonight. So right away, I invite you to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, you probably already have. That's why you're here right now. I invite you to like this video, even though we've barely started, but just like the fact that we're together and we're together as a Canucks community. And like I said, I'm grateful that you are indeed here. And it's been a relatively slow news week for the Vancouver Canucks, because you'll remember last time that I vlogged, last time I did the live stream, it was actually Thanksgiving Monday night, and we just found out about the Nate Schmidt news earlier that day. So we had a lot to talk about last Monday, and that was on the 12th. Then on Tuesday, I talked more about the Nate Schmidt deal. On Wednesday, I talked about Jake Virtanen. On Thursday, I skipped a day. Then on Thursday, I talked about Jake Virtanen. On Friday, I talked about the prospects of an all-Canadian division. On Saturday, I asked the question, what should be the priority? Another forward or another defenseman? On Sunday, I did my Ask Me Anything. And then this morning, two quick vlogs. One quick one, one not quick one. I did a Zoom chat with my brother, Jason. Thank you for the great feedback. And I would love your feedback on, if you did get a chance to watch some of that, let me know, leave a comment below and tell me what you thought about my talk with my brother. And then I did a quick vlog about Jace Harlock and about Adam Gaudette. And we can talk about the roster ramifications, salary cap ramifications to Gaudette today. So let's get right into the comments. I didn't even need my full 5-minute intro. It's only been 2.5 minutes, but I think we can get into everything that you are talking about right now. So let's get going right away. And once again, thanks for being here. Once again, like the video. We're only at 8. Let's get that up to at least half of the viewers right now. But I don't do this for the likes. I do it because I like chatting with you guys. Okay, Fangirl Gaming, HSM Fangirl Gaming. Hey Clay, do you think the World Junior starting on Christmas affect the NHL start date? No, I don't think that affects anything actually. The NHL's aiming for January 1st. They're aiming for a 48-game schedule that gets them back to a normal playoff around May, June, and then wrapping up. They don't want to play into the summer. So I see a 48-game season that goes January through April, and then playoffs in May, June, and then back on track for next year. So that's the plan. We'll see if that indeed happens. Justin, hi Clay. Do you think the Canucks won the Stanley Cup in our lifetime? Yes, of course, Justin, I do. I think they'll make it back to the Cup finals. Okay, well, I'm going to do you one better. I think they will win the Stanley Cup in our lifetime. Depends. Hopefully we live for a long time. So does that give us another 60 years or so, 50 years? So I think the Canucks will win a Cup in the next 50 years. At least I hope so. Rob says hi. Hi, Clay. Hello, Rob. Dexter, what are your thoughts on the World Junior starting on Christmas instead of Boxing Day? Dexter, I didn't know that, and it's fine. You know, a lot of people, especially this year, probably aren't going to be going out. They may have religious obligations, but I don't think Christmas Day versus Boxing Day, especially in a year like this, makes much of a difference. I actually didn't know that they're starting on Christmas. So thanks, Dexter, for that info. And let me know if you know the reason why they are doing that. Arso says, hi, Clay. Hello, Arso. Real says, what's up, Clay? Hello, Reels. Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you. Dexter, also to note, this is the first tournament in 21 years where Canada won't play on opening day. Ah, excellent. I didn't know all this. So did they release the schedule relatively recently? Well, that's cool. That's good to know. Thank you, Dexter. Reels, Christmas Day hockey will be lit. Yes, I'm sure lit means good or cool. No, I know what lit means, but I just don't say it a lot because it doesn't sound right. 46-year-old man saying lit or dope or anything like that. Justin, what's up, Clay? My mind is in 10 different places right now. Okay, Justin, you want to talk to us? You okay? You all right, buddy? Shy. Hey, Clay, do you think it will be difficult for the Canucks to sign Levo, and how much will Jake want? Okay, so let's go backwards. Jake, whatever his cap's going to ask for $3 million. The Canucks are going to say $2 million. I think the arbitrator is going to award between $2.5 and $3 million. So that's my guess. And then will it be difficult for the Canucks to sign Levo? It's difficult when you think they only have $1 million in cap space, right? It's interesting. Gaudette's $1 million counted towards the cap space, but Jace Harlock's $800,000 probably won't count towards the cap space because he's likely going to start the season at Utica, and you only count cap space for the players that are up on the active roster, whether they are healthy scratches or not just the 18 guys, the 20 skaters that dress, but the 23-man roster. That's what your salary cap is. So the Canucks aren't done because they have to bring in Jake. Let's say he makes $3 million. The Canucks still got to shed a few million. Maybe you put Berich in the minors. Maybe you put Eriksson in the minors. Maybe you still buy out Brandon Sutter. So there's a lot the Canucks need to do, will have to do before they get CAT compliant before the start of the regular season. So to answer your question about Josh Levo, it's too bad. He's got no bargaining power, right? Because he got injured. He missed basically from January onwards. Too bad because he did play some decent minutes in the top six, maybe even more effective minutes than Jacob Virtanen. So we'll see if Levo gets also a deal like a year at $1 million. Rios, you think the Canucks sign Jake? Yeah, I do. I really do. And I think they're going to try and sign him before arbitration. Edmund, hello. Haven't checked out your brother's Zoom interview yet, but I will soon. No problem, Edmund. What do you think of Gaudette switching to 96? Kind of surprising to me. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't read the story if there is significance to him switching. Maybe it's 88 plus 8. That makes 96. That's all I can think of unless he explained it better than that. So it's fine with me. Nick, hi Clay. Hello, Nick. TFK Louie, happy Monday, Clay. Thank you. Same to you and four mates. Thank you. I love the signing of Jace Harlock. He was the second player taken in the second round in 2014. Yes, he was indeed. He was actually rated as a later first rounder. Yeah, I'm not going to lie and say I knew a lot about him back in 2014, but the fact that he's basically the first or second pick taken in the second round, that's a pretty good pedigree. Obviously not as good a pedigree as first round pick, but everything I heard, hard worker, fast skater, a pest, I think that's good. I think that'll be good. TFK Louis, actually Harlock was taken 4 spots before Canucks took Demko. Yeah, that's correct. And, Harlock, compared to Gaudette, our other signing for today, Harlock was a second round pick. Gaudette was a 5th round pick. So put that in perspective as well. Fangirl, have you watched the newest Singer of The Masked Singer yet? If so, what's your favorite costume so far? Fangirl, I do not watch The Masked Singer. I find the premise, the show a little bit goofy. But so I can't really say what my favorite costume is because I just know like there's an alien one and a seahorse and some other ugly things. So I can't really give an opinion on which one's my favorite. Sorry about that. Arso, what's up, Clay? Hope you're doing great. I am Arso. Hope you are as well. Would you rather keep Virtanen and send Berich and Eriksson to the minors or trade him and get some value for him? Good question. If you're of the argument that McEwen might make Virtanen redundant or could be as good as Virtanen, then I'd say trade him. But my gut feeling is they're going to keep Virtanen and send Berich and Eriksson to the minors. That seems like an easier thing to do because if you trade Virtanen, you get assets back. You still have to figure out what to do with Berich and Eriksson. So I would do the first one, is keep Virtanen and trade Berich and Eriksson. But if you can get value for Virtanen, you should. But then what's good value? Some people are hoping for a second round. Others think it'll be closer to a third round. So what makes it worth it? That's going to be the tricky balancing act for betting over the next 2 weeks, I think. Simon, do you think Miller will replace Tanev as an alternate captain? Also Schmidt has worn the A in Vegas, so he could wear an A as a Canuck. Yeah, great question, Simon. I think it would be Miller over Schmidt just because Miller's been here longer. He still has a few more years on his contract. But, maybe it's Horvat, Edler, Sutter still probably if he's still here. And then, one of Miller or Schmidt. Although if they want 2 D-men, then it would be Schmidt. Or would you go Myers, actually, because Myers is a decent leader and he's also locked in for a few years. And he was here last year. So I think even Miller or even Myers will likely be an alternate captain over Nate Schmidt, quite frankly. Rob, how was Sunday's bowling? Thank you for asking, Rob. I did well. Sunday's bowling is head-to-head matchup. It's funny, I had a few people on one of my blogs on Thursday say, less bowling. And I said, I'm only going to talk about bowling for a minute. And those of you that follow me and regular subscribers to the channel, bowling is a big part of my life. So I'm never going to apologize for talking about bowling, but yes. Whereas Tuesday night is a team competition where I'm playing with my two boys. On Sunday night, it's head-to-head. So I won my head-to-head matchup 3 games to 1, including total. So I won on Sunday night, which was good. I bowled pretty well. Bowled an average of 165, which I was happy about. But thank you for asking, Rob. Liam, what do you think the next priority is for the Canucks? A great question, Liam, because I vlogged about it 2 days ago. Some people are saying they need better D-men for the third pairing, but you still have Jordy Ben, and then if you want a Rafferty, Rathbone, you levy your Chatfield to make it, then you're okay actually. And then you could say a priority would be after figuring out what to do to Jake is to beef up the forwards as opposed to the D. So that's what I would do, but I think others are saying you gotta get one more defenseman. So we'll see. Do you think the Canucks will sign Mike Hoffman? No, Liam. I think there's attitude issues there, and I think that's a lot of money to pay for attitude issues, quite frankly. Do you think the Canucks will trade for Patrick Laine? No, Liam. I don't think so. I don't think the Canucks will want to give up what Winnipeg will want for him ultimately. Good question, so. Nick, I really like Benning's recent signing. Seems like he's getting better at contracts. Yes, he's getting much better, but he started off pretty poorly when he was doing Beagle, Sutter, Roussel, even contract extensions like that. But the last few contracts have been good. And yeah, I've been going back. I like the Horvat one. I like the Besser one. We'll see what Pedersen and Hughes get next season. Fangirl, yes, schedule was announced today. I'm sure you're talking about the World Juniors. Thank you. Yo-Chan, Trampkin is 26 years old and having a resurgent season in Russia. I've been hoping to find a big physical demon via trade. I remember Nikita would be a good fit. Yeah, that's fine, Yo-Chan. People on the channel know that I'm not a big Trampkin fan. I think there's too much drama surrounding him. Harry, hi Clay, how are you doing? I'm great, Harry. Hope you're well as well. Thanks for coming. Ali Mott, hi Clay. It's 1 a.m. I gotta go. Just wanted to pop on as be well. Thank you, Ali. Not sure if you're still on 7 minutes later to hear my greeting back, but thank you. Everyone knows that's Tyler Mott's cousin. So Ali, I appreciate you being on here. Thank you. And we love your cousin. Arsel, whoa, Clay knows what lit means now. Thanks, Arsel. You're too good to me. Simon, should the Canucks expose Myers in the expansion draft since teams are required to expose one defenseman that are under contract after next season? No, I don't think they will. I don't think they have to protect Hughes, so they'll be protecting Myers, Schmidt, and someone else. I don't know who that will be actually. Yeah, but you're right. They gotta expose one D-man who at least is under contract for another year. So that tells me that maybe this year they're gonna sign someone for 2 years. I don't know. That's a good point. Unless they go with the other one, where instead of 7-3-1, they go 8-1-1. But you usually do that if you, 8-1. You usually do that if you have more than 3 D-men. But it sounds like the Canucks are gonna have trouble finding enough defensemen to protect. Good. We'll see what happens. Oh, there you go. Simon says the Canucks D under contract after next season are Schmidt, Myers, and Rathbone. So I guess and then Seattle probably won't take him because of his heavy contract, but we'll see. That's a good point, actually. I never thought about that. Nux, hey Clay, hello Nux, hope you're well. Harry, what do you think of the signing of JC today? I thought it was fine, Harry. You can't beat that price, 800 grand, a 2-way contract, so 200 grand if he's in Utica. So that helps the salary cap, obviously, if he's not playing here. And even if he is playing here, that's a good contract, really. So I think it's fine, and I can't wait to see what he does. Nux, I feel like the Vertanen deal is already done. I think they're just waiting to announce it. Others have said that as well. So we'll see if that's indeed true. Nick, I'm really excited for how good the Canucks will be when the bad contracts are gone. Yep, maybe 2 or 3 years away from that. And you get guys like Hoglander and Palkosen coming in. It'll be exciting. Edmund, I think Berchi can play top 6, but given how the Canucks treated him, I can't see him coming back. I agree with you, Edmund, from a standpoint of I don't see how he comes back. I think the the relationship is already charred, so to speak. And yeah, I don't know how much is left in this game, quite frankly. Dexter, 96 is such a sexy number. I think I know where you're going with that, Dexter. I'm not going to indulge. Nux, unless you're just talking about because Pavel Bury wore it, then that's okay. Nux, I don't know why Ben got 8 though. Why Ben got 8? Oh, did he change his number too? See, I didn't even know all these number switches. I knew that Holtby is taking 49, right? Yeah, 49. I knew that Schmidt is getting the 88. I knew Gaudette was 96, but I didn't know that Ben switched his number. So that's good to know. I'm shy. Canucks sign for Tannen, then trade him to Detroit for Bertuzzi and Stetcher. Canucks sign for Tannen, get Stetcher back. Yeah. That Stitcher one was probably the 4. It was probably the one that I wish didn't happen. Simon says 96 was the year Gaudette was born. That would make sense. So if I was a hockey player, I would take number 74. Yes, I'm old. Nux 649. I want the left side to be Hughes, Edler, Ulevi, not Ben. Yeah, that's fine. Hughes, Edler, Ulevi would be good. Would be good. And then the right side, you go Meyer, Schmidt, and Ben. Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. Simon says, yeah, that would be interesting if Gaudette picked 96 because 88 plus 8. But no, I think, as you said, it was because it was the year that he was born. That makes a lot more sense. Harry says, what do you think of Adam Gaudette's contract today? I think it was fine. If you can sign a third-line player for under $1 million, that's good. Some were saying they're surprised they didn't get him for 2 years for some cost certainty, but maybe Gaudette, yeah, because Gaudette didn't really have a lot of bargaining power because of his contract status. But $1,950,000 for a year, that's pretty good. Can't complain about that. Coach Ryan, good evening, Clay. Hello, Ryan. Hope you're well. Gerb says, could we possibly sign Sergachev or Chernak? Sergachev, no. There's no way that Tampa will let him go. Chernak, it's going to be expensive, but I know a lot of people have been talking about an offer sheet to him. But we'll see. Offer sheets are very rare, as we know. Dexter, do you think McEwen can be a top 6 winger? Top 6, not so sure. Top 9, maybe, as in third line, perhaps. Trev, do you think we keep Sutter in a shortened season? Then his contract is off the books. Spooner, Luongo, no dead money. Yeah, you're right. Part of the bio challenge is I don't know if Francesco Aquilini will stomach more dead money on the roster. That's a great point, Trev. So maybe you keep Sutter, a shortened season. He provides still good penalty killing, and then you're finally rid of him. That's a really good point. Next, why trade an 18 goal scorer for a second rounder? He's still developing. Yes, but some people will say Virtanen has already had his chances. Luis says, hi, Clay. Hello, Luis. Shai says, does Edler go to a different team next season? Yeah, he's kind of one of those guys where you think that he'd like to retire as a Canuck, but he may feel he's still got 1 or 2 more years in him after this. So does he take a really, really team-friendly deal? I don't know. But yeah, I could see him going to a different team, but I could also see him staying. How's that for sitting on the fence answer? Patrick, will there be a preseason next year? Yes, I'm sure there'll be a preseason, even if it's short. Last time there was a shortened season, I don't remember there being a preseason. Yeah, good question. I don't know. You'd think they'd have a few games at least. Edmund, fair to say eventually you'll go back to Sunday evenings depending on how your schedule goes. Edmund, thanks for asking. Not for the next 2 months because I've joined a second bowling league, and that is indeed Sunday nights. I start at 8 and I don't get home until about 10:30, so that's too late. And Monday night of all my weeknights is the least busy night for me, at least late at night. So I think I'm going to keep Monday night for the next little bit, at least until Christmas, I think. And then we'll see what happens. Edmund, I'm not sure if you're asking because you prefer Sunday nights, but yeah, it's going to be Monday night for a while. Simon, yeah, Myers could also wear the A. He wore the A a few times last season. Very good. Rios, right wing, Bester, Virtanen, Harlech, McEwen. Not the best lineup, admittedly. Edmund, oh, there you go. No preference whether it's Monday or Sunday. Thanks, Edmund. Nux, let's go Friday. Let's go, Clay. Friday is a Pro D day. Well, Friday may be a Pro D day for you, Nux, which is good. But for me, I have a busy night Thursday night and on Friday. But that's cool. That's cool. Fangirl, I'm hopeful that the second wave of COVID, which you're now in, isn't as bad. But we shall see. Yeah, I hope not too. But it'll be interesting to see if things start to go into lockdown again. Nicholas, Podkolzin and a first rounder for William Nylander. No, that's too much because Podkolzin is a first rounder. So you're basically saying 2 first rounders for Nylander. I don't think Nylander is worth 2 first rounders. Harry, I was at Lucky 9 Lanes and saw your son Sean. Oh, that's right, Harry. I think you messaged me on Instagram or something about that. That's good. And I think you did introduce yourself, right? Because I remember Sean, I mentioned to Sean and he did say that he saw you as well. Very cool. I love stories like that. Thanks for passing. Not really a story, but thank you for passing that on. TFK Louis. Still in Harlech, Scout said he's a bigger version of Mott, but he plays center. I think Canucks may be positioning a replacement for Sutter. A buyout on Sutter may be in the cards. We shall see, Louis. That's good feedback. Thank you for that. Nux, where's Harlech going to play? Gaudette, Beagle are the bottom 6 centers. Yeah, you're definitely not going to replace Beagle, but maybe you bump Gaudette to the wing. We shall see. Coach Ryan, do you play year-round for bowling? That brought my average from 170 to 190 when I kept training. Wow, that's good. I'm definitely not at a 190, Ryan. That's really good. But yes, I do bowl year round. And I would love to see my average go up to 190. That's really good. Shy, I just said that 3 times. Shy. If Furley comes back and he gets injured again, I think he'll be done, which might be the best case scenario, which I hate to say, but his cap hit hurts. Yeah, and I've talked about this before. You can't make him retire, but that's $3.5 million. So be interesting, worth keeping an eye on for sure. Edmund, I still think Marky Deal has Louis Eriksson all over it, and I do think the Flames will regret that contract. Yeah, I've said that too, maybe not that dramatically, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating just because Markstrom's gone, but I wouldn't do 6 at 6 for sure. And remember, Calgary doesn't have maybe they don't have a good young goaltender like we do in Demko, so the situation was a little different as well. Rome says this, do you think the bad contracts are a result of bad management or rather product of overpaying to free agents come to Vancouver when the team wasn't so good? I think it's a combination of both, but I think it's more the latter. I think you overpay on July 1st, the first day you always do. And yeah, you want to build a culture of players wanting to come. And if you think that those players are going to help, I think that was the case for sure. Edmund, I did say Furlan was skating Manitoba, and do you have another Zoom interview lined up soon? No Zoom interviews lined up soon, but because my work schedule is absolutely nuts. But starting in November, it slows down a little bit. So I'm going to go big fish hunting once again. Not that my brother wasn't a big fish, but no. I also like these interviews with the common folk as well, so to speak, other fans. And I think sometimes they're just as articulate and just as insightful as the insiders, so to speak. A lot of times when I interview guys, the good media for, the big media for Zoom, it's stuff that they're saying in the mainstream already, but I still think it's kind of cool to have those kind of names on here though. So we'll see what happens. Thank you. DSL, what cap hit do you expect Pettersson and Hughes to sign at? Enjoy listening to your channel. God bless. Thank you, DSL. God bless you as well. You know, I think you're looking at 18 to 20 million between the two of them, whether that's, is it 10 and 8? 10 for Pettersson, 8 for Hughes. Is it 9 and 7? Then that's only 16. Is it 9 and 8, 17? But, you know, I'd say 18 is a conservative number. I don't think it's going to be 20 between the two of them. I don't think we're looking at 11 and 9 or 12 and 8, but maybe 18 between the two of them. Edmund, anyone know why I hope he chose 49? That one surprised me. Yeah, someone, if you know I hope he chose 49, let us know. Liam, how amazing do you think it'll be the Canucks draft Luke Hughes in next year's draft? Well, I don't know if I'd use the word amazing. I mean, we'd have to suck pretty badly next year, but that could be interesting, obviously, 2 Hughes brothers, and it might entice Quinn to stay even longer. Who knows? Not that he's looking to leave. TFK Louis, to Simon's earlier question, Myers has a modified no trade unless he wants to go. Canucks may not have a choice but to protect him against Seattle. Thank you for that, Louis. Reels, imagine if Benning didn't overpay for a bottom 6. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about that for sure, Reels. Will G says, Miller, Pettersson, Bester, Pearson, Horvat for 10, Roussel got at McEwen, Mott, Beagle, Harluck. Yeah, that might be the case. That means there's no Sutter, there's no Eriksson, and no Furlan in your lineup, okay? We'll see. Possibly will. Edmund, let's just hope 96 treats Gaudette better than Bure, that like he doesn't get injury prone. Yeah, that was a tough one. J Kid, what prospect are you excited about the most? I'd still say Podkolzin and Rathbone, because I like Rathbone's skating, and I think he has offensive flair, and I like Podkolzin's grit and his effort. I know that Höglander maybe makes more flashy plays, but I'm looking forward to Podkolzin for sure. Also, I think Benning is realizing that players want to come to Vancouver, and he's able to get nicer, cheaper contracts before people didn't want, so he overpaid. Yeah, that's a great comment. Also, but he also didn't get as much of a chance this year, so hard to say. Yeah, this year is pretty crazy. And there's still some decent, not amazing, but some decent players still out there looking for contracts, and all the money's drying up. Chris, hi. Hello, Chris. Long time no speak. Edmund, Jordy Ben taking number 8. Didn't know that. I didn't know that either. Chris, where would you rank the Canucks goaltender tandem amongst all the teams in the NHL? I'd say if Demko can play as well as he showed in Vegas, against Vegas, I'd say they're about a top 10, either around 9, 10, 11, 12. They're certainly not top 5 or whatever. I think they would have been close to top 5 with Markstrom. Hope he's a bit of a drop-off, but he's still good. So maybe 9, 10, around there, without ranking all the teams, without knowing about all of them off the top of my head. Dexter, I didn't even mean 96 in a sexual way, but now I know what you're talking about. I'm not talking about anything, Dexter. I think you're the one talking about it. Dexter says dirty-minded Clay. Live and inspired. Hey, Clay. Hello, Live. Nice to see you. Simon, in the expansion draft, teams also have to expose 2 forwards that are under contract after next season. I think Beagle and Roussel will be those 2 forwards the Canucks will expose. That would make a lot of sense for sure. Chris, where would you rank the Canucks' top 2 center spots compared to all the teams in the league? Yeah, I'd say maybe middle to above average, so maybe the 10, 11, 12 range. You know, they're not as good as some of the powerhouse teams for sure. But with Pettersson, you know, what would you say? He's top 10 center right now. He's not top 5, but he's top 10. And then Horvat is a pretty good second center. So maybe, yeah, around same 9, 10, 11, 12 without, again, going through every single team. Edmund, I think Edler deserves to retire as a Canuck. I know he wants to stay in Vancouver. There were times we could have traded him before he signed that 2-year deal. Yeah, Edmund, that's going to be a very fascinating one to watch to see if he takes a hometown discount. I think he would to play, you know, 1 or 2 more years. We'll see. Edmund says he also has a wife here who's from Vancouver and a family too. Yes. Nick, Clay, do you think Demko is the real deal? I do. He's always had great potential, and even though he's incredible in the playoffs, it is a small sample size. Yes. But I've said on my vlog many times that I heard from a first-hand source in the Canucks organization that the Canucks have Luongo-type hopes for Demko. So that's a big, big, big bar. But yeah, I do think he's the real deal, and I certainly know that the Canucks believe in him and want him to do well for sure. Louis, how is that water tasting so far? Going through a Pepsi withdrawal. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, I'm doing the intermittent fasting. I've done it for a week. I've lost 3 or 4 pounds, so it's a good start. But no, I haven't had major pop withdrawals. Admittedly, I've had a couple during the 8 hours that I do eat and drink from 12 to 8. But I haven't had any late night snacks and late night drinks, late night food. And I was doing a double whammy, right? I was drinking Pepsi late at night. As you know, you guys have been in some of my live streams where I've been drinking Pepsi. Sometimes I would drink Pepsi like at midnight, and that's not good. The fact that I'm eating so late at night, and the fact that it's Pepsi that I'm drinking. So tonight, 10:30, drinking water, surviving. Thank you for checking in on me, Louis. Shai, I can't stay for long. I have school tomorrow. No problem, Shai, no problem. Jaden, do you think Vertanen stays? I do, Jaden, I do. Mancret, I know Sutter, Sven, and Pearson come off the books next year. That's still not enough to sign both Hughes and Petey. So what he going to do? No, there's more guys than Sutter, Sven, and Pearson coming off the books. And there's other things we can do as well. Remember, yes, we got to sign Hughes and Pettersson, but we also can have some ELCs like maybe a Rathbone, a Lind, a Pokolzin, a Hoglander. So there's going to be more than those guys coming off. But yeah, it's not a slam dunk for sure, but at least we have some more flexibility. Harry, have you played NHL 21 yet? No, I haven't. Tell me about it if it's good. Shai, did Mott earn his spot on the 3rd line? Are you asking if he's going to have a 3rd spot? No, I think he's still going to be a 4th line guy. But he says he has more offense to give, so he gives Travis Green some flexibility for sure. For sure. Edmund, fair to say we have to see how much Vertanen signs for to determine who the Canucks let go, Sutter, Roussel, etc. Yep, we do have to wait. Rios, Harlock kind of looks like JT Miller. I haven't done that facial comparison yet, but I'll check it out for sure. Will G, he's a center. The NHL website is listed as a right winger. Yeah, I think he's more inclined to be a winger on our team right now because we have 5 centers if you count Sutter as a center. Fangirl, what do you think was our biggest downfall against Vegas? Was sad to see us losing Game 7. Yeah, Fangirl, I think we simply weren't good enough. We weren't deep enough. We were tired, beat up, and Vegas had the depth to overcome our depth. Although it could have gone either way in that Game 7. Nick, what are your thoughts on the Orca? And do you think the Johnny Canuck logo will return someday? The thoughts on the Orca, it's fine. It's not my favorite. I like the old black skate. I like the stick and rink. But the Orca's fine. I'm used to it. And I don't think Johnny Canuck will return on a regular basis, more on a novelty basis. Gerb, are we getting another defenseman? If so, who's it going to be realistically? Yeah, we heard Sammy Vatanen. He made 4.8. We heard Travis Hamonic. He made 3.9. Going to be tough, even though those guys might sign 1 year, $1 million, $1.5, $2 million deals, but we still got to move money. I don't know. I have a feeling they'd be fine with Ben and a prospect, a rookie, as our 3rd pairing. Shai, Mott, Gaudette, and McEwen or Vertanen for 3rd line thoughts. Uh, that would be a fun line. Decent speed on that line, but not a lot of defense there. Mott's good, but I'd say Gaudette still working on his game, and McEwen or Vertanen aren't known for the defense. So if you're willing to trade chances for chances, then I'd give that a shot. There's some offensive potential there, but I'm not sure about the defense on that line. Jaden, which Canucks defense prospect do you see having the biggest impact this season? I still think it's going to be Olli Juolevi. Sometimes Jack Rathbone intrigues me, and I think he's going to be great, but I'm going to go with Olli Juolevi next season. Live and inspired, I'm betting that Canucks go through Jake's hearing, sign him so they can buy out Sutter and bring in Hoffman on a 1-year deal. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that, Live inspired. If you're right, I'll be happy, and we'll see what happens. Nicholas, does Toronto have a better roster than the Canucks? I think when you look at the talent, you can't argue with the high-end talent on Toronto. When you can't argue with Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, up front Marner. Like, as good as Miller, Pettersson, and Besser and Horvat are, I think you have to give that edge to Toronto. They don't have a Quinn Hughes, which is a big advantage for us in net. Their veterans, would you say their veterans are better than our veterans when you're talking about the older guys like Wayne Simmons, like Jason Spezza, like Joe Thornton? Would you take those guys over Roussel, Sutter, Beagle? So I think Toronto has a better roster, at least on the high end. But I think the Vancouver Canucks are a better team. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Arsenal, will Gaudette be eligible for arbitration next year? Yes, he will be. I'm assuming he will be, but not sure what the qualifications are for arbitration. He would have been this year, but because of the limited number of games he came out of his college season, he was one of those rare ones where 10.2C, and you can read up on it, but basically he wasn't eligible for arbitration, but he will be next season. Shai, if I was in the NHL, I would pick number 69 and be the biggest troll in the league alongside Marchand. Well, that's okay. That's your prerogative, Shai. Nick, this might be too low, but I would predict Pettersson for 8 and Hughes for 6.5. Yeah, Nick, I think that's a little low. I think you're looking at least, you're only at 14.5 combined for your two guys. I think you're looking at least 16 and maybe as high as 18. Arsenal, well, Pearson is wearing 70, so hope he can't wear 70, but I don't know, 49. Yeah, 7 times 7, I don't know. Edmund, when the season starts, do you think it'll be Holtby or Demko in net starting? I think it'll be Demko, but I think Holtby will have almost equal number of games. White Ninja, that's really unrealistic, but I'd be so happy they signed for that less. Yeah, I think I was talking about the 18 million where you're talking about, or maybe it was the 14.5 that someone else said it earlier. Liam says, when can we expect Höglander, Podkolzin lineup? Podkolzin, the earliest he can join us is about late April, because once his contract with KHL expires, he's in year 2 of that 2-year contract. Höglander can try and make the team out of camp, but I don't think he's going to make the team out of camp. I think he could be a call-up from Utica. DSL, one of my favorite sushi dishes is spicy salmon sashimi. Don, what's yours? DSL, you're talking my language. I love anything salmon, so therefore I love salmon sashimi, and I like spicy. So I like spicy salmon sashimi, Don. I like salmon nigiri. I like regular salmon sashimi. Basically, I like anything with salmon. Devontae, they should sign Anthony Duclair for 1 year, $1 million. Yeah, someone else asked about that and might ask me anything. Duclair would look good on Horvat's wing. Live and inspired, Duclair ain't taking a $1 million deal after a 23-goal season. Get real. Yeah, and that's the case. That's why Ottawa did not qualify him. Dexter, NHL discussion, ranked the Canucks the top 2 center pairing 5th in the league. Dexter, very good. Who are the 4 teams ahead of him? I'm sure Tampa is one of them, but I'd like to know what the other 4 were. Simon, do you think maybe Toronto as well, do you think every team eventually will have no cap space, including Ottawa and Detroit? There's still a lot of UFAs and RFAs unsigned, and most teams hardly have cap space. Great point, Simon, but no, I don't think every team will, because I think there are some teams, especially this year, that maybe the owner has said, hey, you can only spend up to 70 or $75 million as opposed to 81.5. So I could see some owners, especially in a crazy year like next year, trying to save some money. Great question. Simon, which means the remaining UFAs and RFAs won't have anywhere to sign. Yep, good point. Patrick, do you think Vegas will take advantage of their exemption from the expansion draft to make trades with desperate teams? Patrick, this is a really good point. You guys are smart tonight. Not that you aren't regularly. Patrick, I do think Vegas will try and take advantage, but I think teams were burned by Vegas in the expansion draft 2017, so I don't think there are going to be a lot of deals to be made. Great point, though. Great point. Dexter, you can't eat until 12. Holy, I wouldn't be able to go without breakfast. That must be hard. Yeah, not too hard for me because I'm not a big breakfast guy. I usually get going in the morning. I don't exercise in the morning, so it's not like I have to get a bunch of calories in me. And usually go to work and meetings, presentations, work, whatever it may be. And I usually don't get to lunch till after 12, so it works for me. But thank you. Edmund, yeah, I've been on diet too. I know how you feel. Been 5 weeks no alcohol and cut back on carbs and lost quite a bit of weight myself. Good for you, Edmund. Congratulations. That's awesome, man. Let's hold each other accountable. Manpreet, Miller, Petey Besser, Duclair, Horvat, Pearson, Vertan, Gaudette, Furlan, Roussel, Beagle, McEwen, Hugh Schmidt, Edler, Ulevy, Rafferty, Myers. Okay, so the only addition in there is Duclair. Not sure, how the money would work, but yeah, that looks okay. That looks okay. Live and Inspired. You should do keto, Clay. Yeah, I've read a bit about it. I'm not sure if that's my thing, but I'll read up on it more. Live and Inspired. All right, so considering Bo makes 5.5 and JT makes 5.25, I think PD signing is at 8. Signing 8 is reasonable, and he was at 7.5. I think betting would use Bo being the best player on the team, making 5.5 to his advantage. Maybe best in terms of being a best leader, but obviously Pedersen is more skilled. Yeah, some people believe in the internal salary cap, others don't. But so that's an interesting point as well. Nicholas, try sparkling water. It helps you get the bubble sensation without all that sugar. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I like sparkling water. I've tried it a few times. Arsenal, what do you think? What do I think about what? About I have to go back up. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Canucks will follow that internal cap strategy, but it's a good thought. Of course, any dollar we save would be good. We'll see. Manpreet says Mott instead of McEwen. Okay. Dexter says Sutter, Bearchi, Spooner, Edler, Pearson, Ben come off the books. Have to send Gaudette, Pedersen, Hughes, and Demko. Yeah, so Sutter 4, Bearchi 3, that's 7, Spooner another 1, that's 8, Edler 4, that's 12, Pearson 4, 16, Ben 8. Yeah, so that's right, 18 million or so come off the books. Chris, an account on Instagram was talking about how the whole NHL, and they had the top 2 center spots ranked something like Edmonton, then Pittsburgh, then Toronto, then Colorado, then Vancouver, so Vancouver 5th. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Someone else said that as well. Oh, so not even Tampa. Interesting. So you have Edmonton, that's including Draisaitl, obviously, as a center. Colorado, that's McKinnon and it's not Rantanen. Rantanen plays on the wing. McKinnon and someone. And then Pittsburgh, obviously Crosby, Malkin, Toronto, Austin Matthews, and Tavares. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. TFK Louis, to Mankrit's point, we also have Edler, $6 million coming off the book. Oh, it's $6 million after next season. So it helped to pay for Hughes. Pedersen will be a tough one. Is he a $10 million guy? If not in this contract, in his next one for sure. Yeah, $10 million, that's massive though. Tony says, hi Clay. Hello, Tony. Coach Ryan, took me time to remove sugar, then heavy cream from my coffee. I drink black coffee now. Did keto and intermittent fasting as well, but it's best to find what works for you and makes you happy. That's great advice, Coach. Thank you. Edmund, I don't think Thornton doesn't bring much to the Leafs. Veteran presence for sure, but impact-wise, not much. Good passer though. Can put him on power play too, and he still might be effective. You can't beat that price for sure. Tony, do you think there is a long-term fit for Besser? His contract will be expensive, and I don't think he's worth more than $5 million at most. I like Besser a lot. I do think there's a long-term fit, but I recognize that that's not an opinion shared by everyone. Dexter, Gaudette isn't eligible for arbitration next year. Oh, interesting. I did not know that either. I think I saw Drant say that. Okay, good to know. Fuego, I've been hearing that Slater Cuckoo has been on the Canucks board for a while. Same board that had Schmidt and Harlock near the top. Just wanted to know your thoughts. Thank you for the great content. Yeah, I've heard Cuckoo a little bit. And yeah, he'd be a nice, cheap roster addition for sure. So I would not be surprised if that happens. I think the Canucks have 1 or 2 hockey moves left in them. And you're welcome for the great content. Thank you for the compliment. Drew, I see Pedersen be 9.5 and Hughes will be 9.1. Wow, very exact, but that's 18.6. That's a lot, but maybe not unrealistic. Simon, Toronto's high in talent, couldn't make it past the first round. Canucks were able to advance to the second round. Yeah, I agree with you, Simon. That's why I'm saying that on paper, the talent looks better, but I think the Canucks are a better team. Shai, is Ulevy done with Rathbone and Rafferty coming up? Also, how good will Wu be? Okay, Ulevy isn't done. In fact, I think he's the favorite to get that third left side spot ahead of Rathbone, but I could see a left side of I get excited about a left side 3 or 4 years from now of Hughes, Ulevy, and Rathbone down the left. Then you have Schmidt, Myers, and someone on the right. That's a much more mobile defense. So no, Ulevi isn't done. Rafferty's a right side guy. And Jet Wu, I think he's the most he's going to be a third pairing D-man on the right side. Edmund, does your wife ever make sushi out of curiosity? No, she doesn't. She's a wonderful cook, makes a lot of things, but sushi we go out to get. Shy, Wu is projected to be like Tanev. Yeah, I think that's a little high, Shy. I think whereas Tanev is a second line guy, could even play on the first pair. I don't think Wu has that potential. Andrew, hi Clay, do you think we have a better team than last year? No, I don't. But I don't think it's a lot worse than last year. I'd say the goaltending is almost even if we think Demko's going to take a step up. Defensemen were better, and forwards were not as good. So what you have another year of Pettersson and Hughes though. So I think we're certainly not better, but we're not as much worse as a lot of people are saying. Dexter, Colorado, Edmonton, Toronto, and Pittsburgh. Thank you for that. The teams ahead of Vancouver, the top two centers. Wow, Canucks number 5. That's pretty good. Nicholas, why didn't Toffoli come back to us when he said he wanted to resign? Well, everyone says that. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot when it comes to negotiating. Will you have the same success in Montreal? Who's next? Will you have the same success in Montreal? Yeah, he's not going to play with good centers. They have Suzuki and Kotkaniemi, but they don't have Pettersson and Horvat. So, no, I don't think he's going to do as well there. But they got an up-and-coming team, so you never know. You never know. And when you say who's next, I'm not sure if you're talking about who's leaving. I don't know who's going to leave next. Dexter is Edler 6, not 4. Thank you, Dexter. Arso, are we going to get lyrics for Clay today? No promises. No promises. I think maybe I should rap every second week because, or maybe on special occasions. That's what I'll do, whether it's a long weekend or whatever. So, no, I appreciate Dexter's effort. I appreciate you asking me for rapping, but I'm not sure if that's my strength. By the way, did anyone check out 53 Horvat Magic from last week? Edmund, I found it interesting that Canucks knew they had Schmidt and it all depended on Pietrangelo joining Vegas first. Yeah, Canucks did their homework there. That was good. Dexter, also depends on if he wants you to or not. That's fine, Dexter. You can write. No, let's save him. Let's do it at least every couple of weeks, if not for special occasions. Let's do that. But I do appreciate the effort. Arso, okay. I was thinking if you write them, then he'll do it. Arso, but I don't want you to do work for no reason either. So maybe it's a good idea to wait. you guys are fine. Or you guys can write lyrics for each other and you guys can rap it in your own time. Live and inspired. Simon, Leafs didn't make the playoffs, let alone lose in the first round. Yeah, well, they lost in the play-in round. Rome, if you were starting a team, would you rather have Linden or Besser? If I had to pick one of those two, I'd pick Linden because of his leadership, but I like Besser a lot. Live and inspired, I don't see Wu being a regular NHL player. You're not alone, Live. A lot of people are saying third pairing max. DSL, do you think Podkolzin, Pettersson, Hoglander as a first line and Miller, Horvat, Besser as second line will be our top 6 sometime in the next 3 years? DSL, I don't think Podkolzin and Hoglander max out as a top pairing guys. I think second pairing is more realistic. So I could see the Lotto line together of Miller, Pettersson, Besser, and then why not try Hoglander and Podkolzin with Horvat? I think that might be more realistic. Mancrit, new subscriber here. Love the content, Clay. Thank you, Mancrit. I appreciate that. Thanks for the sub. So the $1 million question, realistically, how long before we're legitimate contenders? You could argue the Canucks were a legitimate contender today. They're 1 win away from being in the Final Four. If you say they overachieved, I have time for that argument as well. I'd say it's 2 or 3 years before they're legitimate contenders. I'd say 2 or 3 years from now. Not next season, but potentially the season afterwards. Chris, I fast as well. It was hard to do, but I've lost over 22 pounds since February. Awesome. Of last year. Not fasting the whole time, but lots of it. Also been doing Weight Watchers. That's what they call WW. That's what they call Weight Watchers now. Awesome, Chris. That's great news. Congrats, man. That's very inspiring. That's very cool. Very cool. Tony, back to the Besser point. His next contract is $7.5 million. How can we have room for him long term? I don't think there's room to fit him in, unfortunately. Yeah, so Besser's got 2 more years on that contract at $5.875. Maybe we want to look to trade him in his last year if that's the case. But he might have an awesome season next year, and then we might want to keep him, but that'll also drive his value up as well. Who gave me the thumbs down? That's not very nice. Simon, Schmidt seems to be a fan favorite in Vegas, so I'm kind of surprised Vegas traded him away so that they can sign Pietrangelo, and Vegas is still $1 million over the cap. Yeah, but they have until opening night to get down to the cap. But yeah, I guess they see Pietrangelo as a big upgrade on Schmidt, but I don't think any Canucks fans are complaining. Will G. Montreal's put together a great team. I expect them to be a top 3 Canadian team. Yeah, they've had the best offseason for sure. Dexter says Linden over Besser. Dexter says Besser stinks. I wouldn't go that far. Nick, even though I like them, I hope Seattle takes either Beagle or Roussel to clear more cap space. Yeah, maybe they might want the leadership, but we'll see. Arso, would you trade Besser in his last year? Oh, wow, it's like we read each other's mind. Would you trade Besser in his last year so we don't have to qualify him? 7.5 would be way too much. So I would. I think the Canucks might explore that for sure. Dexter, why do I think Tony... Dexter's funny, man. Dexter's funny. Why? Almost Dexter, you almost made me choke. Why did I think Tony Kong was Torrey Krug? Well, we've had Besser on here before and Louis Erickson, so that's funny. Fangirl, I'm so glad the Sedin's jersey retirement was before the NHL paused the season due to COVID. Yeah, that was good. That was a very important part of this season for sure. Live and inspired. If you need any info on keto, let me know. I used it to drop 160 pounds in 8 months. Wow, that is awesome. 160 pounds in 8 months. That is very impressive. Live and inspired. Kieran, Besser for Dumba and a second. Oh, wouldn't do Besser for Dumba straight up. Would do Besser for Dumba in a first. Besser for Dumba and a second. Given contract, given need. If we still had Toffoli, I would say yes. The fact that we don't have Toffoli, you're counting on Podkolzin. That's tough. That's tough. But then your right side would be set at Myers, Schmidt, and Dumba. But that's an expensive right side. I don't know. Maybe I say no for now. Louis, I think Clay's best shot. Oh, sorry. I think Canuck's best shot will be 22-23 season. So 2 seasons from now. Miller and Bowen last year, the bargain contracts. Petey and Huggy would have signed new deals and Hoglander with Podkolzin ready. Yep. So that's 2 years from now, perhaps. Edmund, I'm surprised Travis Green hasn't been interviewed yet for his thoughts about the loss of some key players and new additions. Yeah, but what's he going to say? It's not his call. I don't think he even gets consulted. It's more of he just got to coach who he's being given. But yeah, it'd be interesting to hear his first his interview after coming out of the postseason for sure. Shy, Clay for 10 million subs, get him a mansion. Okay, if I get 10 million subs, I will buy a mansion for all of you. Brian, bittersweet, Holtby for Markey and Schmidt for Tanev. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Markey, I wouldn't have done 6 at 6, and Tanev, I wouldn't have done 4 at 4.5. So I'm okay with Holtby and Schmidt. So when you put it that way, I'm fine with Holtby and Schmidt for Markey and Tanny. I don't like that we didn't seem to make a pitch for Toffoli. I don't like losing Stetcher for nothing. Arso, how did you get Tony Kong? Wasn't Tony Kong one of the guys up earlier, the screen names? Hi, Clay, Nahal. Hey, nice to see you. I'm great, Nahal. Hope you're well as well. I'm doing great, thank you. Louis, Besser, and a second for Dumba and a first. Ooh. That first is very attractive, but I don't want to throw in a second. And I just think we're going to be woefully short on right wing if we do it. Simon, maybe Tony Kong is actually Torrey Krug. That's a good point, Simon. I think you're onto something. Patrick, who's Tony Kong? One of the faithful subscribers here. Arsenal, I do Besser for Dumba in a second in 1 year because then we'll have Podkolzin and Hoglander. That's fair. Nahal says, don't trade Besser. He has so much potential. I like Besser. Rob, because there's maybe an all-Canadian division this season, do you think it gives a team from Canada a better chance of going to the Stanley Cup Finals? No, in theory, it actually makes it worse because, yes, technically, I see what you're saying because then you'll have a team in the Final Four for sure. That's a good point because you said a better chance of going to the finals. So that doesn't mean winning the Stanley Cup. So yeah, I guess in theory, you're going to have one Canadian team in the Final Four for sure. Whereas this year there weren't any with the 7 Canadian teams spread out through all the divisions. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Brian says agreed 100%. Not sure who you're agreeing with, but that's cool. Maybe everyone. Mancret, thoughts on the all Canadian division kind of concerns me if it indeed happens. Yeah, Mancret, I did a whole vlog about this earlier in the week. It makes sense from a border shutdown perspective. It makes sense of an ease of travel. Canucks struggled. They were the worst team against all other Canadian teams last year. Couldn't beat Winnipeg, struggled against Toronto, Montreal, split with Calgary and Edmonton, just beat Ottawa. That's tough, but I think it would be some fascinating hockey because they're intriguing players, right? Toronto's very intriguing for obvious reasons. Montreal, C. Toffoli, they got a good team now. Edmonton, of course, Connor and Leon, Draisaitl, Calgary, all the extra Canucks. Winnipeg, they still have Laine, Scheifele, Wheeler, and Connor Hellebuck. And then Ottawa probably is the only team that I would be interested in watching. Nahal, I love the Jason Harlock signing. Yeah, it's a good one, for sure. Dexter, Clay, some massive kid was fighting another kid at school today, and he was gassed after 15 seconds. 7 you're fasting. Dexter, you're on fire today, but I do not condone violence. Nick, I know you were asked this question on your Zoom chats, but I'd like to know your opinion. Oh, you've asked this. Who is the more important player for the Canucks, Pettersson or Quinn Hughes? Yes, I love to stump my guest, TS, plural. I love to stump my guest with that question. And I've changed it from, now the way I ask it is not who's more important. I say, if you're starting a franchise from scratch, who do you take, Pettersson or Hughes? I'd have to agree with the people, the majority of my people who responded, I'd say Hughes, but just by a hair. Pettersson is unreal, but Hughes does stuff that very few defensemen can do. You could argue, and this isn't to diminish Pettersson, but you could argue there's more players like Pettersson with his skill set at center than there are at defenseman for Quinn Hughes. Although, a lot of these young guys like Makar and Heiskanen, of course, and Dahlin and Theodore, they're good. But I would still argue that Quinn Hughes at number 1D is harder to find than a number 1C. But they're both obviously excellent players. Thank you, Nick, for turning the tide on me. And that means I know that you watch my vlogs and my Zoom chats. Thank you. Fangirl, what are the chances that an NHL team relocates in the next 5 years? Always a chance, but I don't know who's in trouble right now. And with Seattle coming in, I'm not sure if they're going to expand past 32. Actually, now that I say about it, if they don't want to expand past 32 because it's nice 4 divisions of 8, maybe that increases the chance of a team relocating because there aren't going to be any new franchises. Arso, no, haha, I was just wondering how Dexter saw Tony. Oh, I gotcha. Live and inspired. I take Dumba for Raymond Ballard in a third. Yes, Raymond Ballard in a third would fit you a lot, apparently, in Canuck Nation. Clay, what is that thing on your black desk behind you? On my black desk behind you? What do you mean? So this is behind me, but that's a filing cabinet. Are you talking about? Well, that's not a desk. That's a storage wardrobe. And then the reflection is, if you're talking about what's the reflection, these are like storage things here. This is another table. So Dexter, be more specific. And I will let you know when you say, what is that thing on your black desk behind you? It looks cool. So I'm not sure what you're talking about, but let me know what you're talking about and I will find it. I will find it in this room. Arso, I think it's a weird looking spider. Yuck. Are you okay? You're trying to scare me now. But you, Arso, you have tapped into my greatest fear. Oh, I don't even have to get to the comments. I think it's because you made me look. Okay, but that's my prediction. I'll get to the comments in like 2 minutes. Coach Ryan, NHL plan for running next season. NHL plan is a shortened season, 48 games, not 82, because they don't want to play into the summer. Fangirl, the NHL may be forced to do a modified bubble, according to an article I read. Perhaps. Players won't be happy. Live Inspired, Nick, I'd say Hughes, you just really get a shot to get a player like him. Star forwards are much less rare. I agree with you, Live Inspired, and that's what most people on my Zoom chats have been saying. Oh, I see all the emojis, so I think you guys got me. Chris, who did the Canucks lose in the expansion draft when Seattle releases the Kraken? Good point. Now we don't have to, maybe they lose Holtby because they're still going to expose him. So maybe the Seattle's looking for one veteran goaltender. $4 million cap hit isn't that bad, actually. So maybe it is still going to be Holtby as opposed to one of our defensemen. We hardly have any good defensemen to expose. So it's either going to be Holtby or a depth forward, I think. But I don't know, Chris. I haven't really projected who we're going to protect and who we're not. Man, correct. The fact that the Knights are so good early in their inception grinds my gears. They got to change these expansion rules. But good on them for taking advantage of other teams and other GMs. Arsenal says, whoa, I didn't expect you to say Hughes. Interesting. Yeah, I did. And that, yeah, but it's a tough one for sure. That's why I ask it. Chris, Arizona to Houston, perhaps. It would make Tony, no, yeah, not Tony, Jamie happy. Tony says, why am I so famous all of a sudden? LMAO, that's good. That's good. Simon, Hughes was being compared to Bobby Orr in the draft, which is rare. Yeah, I'd say Bobby Orr is a rare comparison. Dexter says, got him again. Huh? Okay, here we go. Now, here are all the comments. Got him again. LOL. See, Dexter, I'm trying to be a good guy, answering every question, trying to explain my home office to you, and you go and do that to me. But it's kind of cool, that reflection. The office looks nice. It's you can't tell, but that's all white. So it's a blue wall with a white trim. I really like it in here. So I study in here. I do my vlogs in here when I'm home. Yes, you got me. Reaction. Do you think that the Canucks goaltending will be better with the combo of Holtby Demko instead of Markstrom Demko? No, it won't be better. You can't say that Holtby is better than Markstrom, although Demko is going to get to play more, so it closes the gap. So I don't think the gap is that wide, but I certainly don't think you can say they're better. Okay, everyone laughing. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. Laugh away, clowns. I just say that because it's from Happy Gilmore. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, ha, ha. We did it. Ha, ha. Clip it, clip it. We got him good. Ha, ha, ha. Live and inspired. I'm surprised the NHLPA hasn't come out condemning the short condensed season, playing 3 or 4 games a week, 50-game sked. It's got to be counterintuitive to player safety. You know, that's all good points. And maybe the NHLPA and NHL are thinking big picture and trying to get the game back to normal as soon as they can, i.e. October 2021. Clip it, pranked. Shy, are your kids coming down? No, Jake's already in bed and Sean's watching TV right now with his girlfriend Fernanda. So no, they're not coming down, and Kayla's asleep already as well. Louis, Dexter, decor guru. Dexter, facts. Anyone need a designer? Kai, what rookies do you predict to be on the Canucks, if any, this upcoming season? I think you're gonna have one on the D, on the blue line, likely Ulevi. I put him and maybe Rafferty as a seventh defenseman and Rathbone with an outside shot. So I think it's gonna be Ulevi and or Rafferty. So 1 or 2, but I don't expect any rookies up front. Live inspired, $4 million cap hit on Holtby, but the Seattle want to pay $5.85 in cash for 1 year of a 3-2-3-3 goal. That's a good point. The Canucks structured the contract that makes it probably almost disadvantageous for Seattle to take Holtby because the cash value is much greater in the second year than the first. That's a great point. Edmund, I think majority of Canucks fans would prefer Schmidt over Ekman Larson. Yeah, and we didn't have to give up as much. A third rounder for Schmidt, what a steal. All right, so sorry, Clay, had to try it. All good, all good. Haha. Yeah, the reflection is really nice. Thank you, thank you. It does. Thank you, thank you. Love the setup. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I've talked to you guys before. The only thing, I wish it wasn't so echoey because it's a hardwood floor, you know, and there's no padding on the walls, but I don't think my lovely wife Gail would appreciate if I put like egg cartons or padding on the wall, but it's okay. As long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. Okay, let's go 5 more minutes. Mancret, are the Seattle expansion rules any different from the ones that Vegas abided by? Nope, exactly the same. Tony, what's your favorite Canucks moment? Mine is the Dragon Slayer goal for sure. I think I've watched it over 100 times since. I would agree with that. I was blessed to be in the arena when that happened. My second favorite was when I was there for the Sedin's final game, home game, where they won in overtime. Nick, none of the draft picks were compared to Pettersson and Hughes because there are hardly any players like them. That's totally fair, Nick. Lego Rocks, editing tomorrow's videos. Awesome, Lego. Just stopping by. I'll watch this on the replay once I'm done editing, but thanks for doing this, Clay. Gio, save your time. I appreciate you coming by, but you got enough going on. No need to watch the replay. The questions were very good today, admittedly, but you probably know what all my answers are going to be anyways. But thank you, Gio, for stopping by, and keep on cranking on the channel. It is awesome. Okay, last 4 minutes. I'm going to rip through these. Rob, did you ever see the Canucks movie on DVD that came out a few years ago? No, I didn't. Don't even know what it's called. Dexter, egg cartons on the wall. You'd have to eat a lot of eggs, which are usually breakfast food, but you don't eat breakfast. Dexter, that tells me that you are paying attention. Chris, Schmidt or Tanev? Schmidt every day of the week. Live and inspired. I was there for the Bertuzzi game. The one where, yeah, me too. the one where he clobbered Steve Moore. That was probably the least favorite memory I've had live. Reaction: if you were a Canuck GM and you got the chance to sign any one ex-Canuck back for one game, who would you bring? I would bring Luongo. Yeah, if you don't care about winning, not that Luongo wouldn't help you win, but it's more about nostalgia. I'd say Luongo would be fun. I'd say it'd be amazing to see Pavel Bure on the ice again, even if he wasn't that fast. I just think I mean, not that fast now. I think he'd be really good. So if you don't care about who you, if you don't care about who you, if they're any good, that's what I would do. Simon says to Mancreate, the only difference is Vegas doesn't have to expose any players. That's correct. Vegas is exempt. Arso, Lego, I was waiting for your video. Thanks for the update. Awesome. Live and inspired. Schmidt over Tanev all day, every day. Yes. Mancret, thanks Simon. Well, even more rig for the Knights. Dexter, always paying attention. Clay, except in class. Betty still wants the house tour. That's right. I did say when the season ended or the pandemic ended that I'd do a house tour. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it on a night where like people aren't sleeping and stuff. So maybe for one time I'll have to do it right at the start of the live stream. So good point, Betty. Thanks for the reminder. Let me know if you guys want to see a house tour. As long as you don't come and do anything in my house, I will give you a house tour. Will, do you like this team better than 2011? That 2011 team was pretty strong, especially their defense. Their defense was amazing. When you look at the 2011 team, the Sedins were good. They're in the prime. I'd say it's getting close, but I'm not sure if I'm there yet. But with social media is so much stronger 9 years later, I just think there's more opportunities. My channel is way stronger now than it was 9 years ago. So I think there's more opportunities to talk about this team. But that 2011 team, they were just demolishing teams. It was pretty amazing. Good question. Rob, have you seen the Canucks play a road game or any other teams play in their cities? I've never seen the Canucks play away, but I have watched games in Ottawa, Calgary, Vegas, Washington. No, not Washington. Atlanta, when they had a team. I feel like I'm missing one. The only Canadian ones are Calgary and Ottawa, Vegas. Yeah, maybe that's it. Vegas and Atlanta. So maybe only 4 other road arenas. I've been to actually a lot of arenas. Columbus Arena. I've been to all the LA arenas, but not for church conferences and not for hockey games. Dexter says, so house tour. Dexter says, show us where the car crash happened and where the diamond ring was found. Yes, I can show you. I don't know how strong my Wi-Fi is. I'd have to go out to the street to show you where the car crash was, but I can show you where the diamond ring was found. Dexter, you are a good memory. House tour and end with a rap. Okay, maybe that could happen, Arcel. Edmund, I wish we had Prime BX back. He was good. Will G, you could do a video comparing the two sometime. A video comparing, the two teams. That's a great, Will G, that's a great idea. Maybe I will do that. DSL, yes to house tour. Good night. Thank you, DSL. God bless you. Betty, how did we lose that 2011 finals to Boston? Injuries, Hamhuis, big injury. Kessler was playing on one leg. It was tough. Simon, in 2011, do you think the Canucks should have let Ehrhoff walk? His playing style is similar to Hughes. Yeah, they started to dismantle that team already, but Ehrhoff was a wonderful, wonderful acquisition. California teams, I've been into their arenas, but like I said, not to watch the games, more for conferences. Chris, can you imagine a line of Pettersson and the Sedins? It would be crazy. It's too bad that they just kind of missed each other. Live and inspired, house tour, and then Canucks, then Clay yodeling in Canucks jersey. That can be arranged. Louis, Canucks at Arizona, best road game to attend if you enjoy cheap beer and pizza in the library. Well, watch how. Yes, you could probably get a flight and a ticket down there for cheaper than a ticket here, or at least maybe the flight at least. And then Dexter, Clay, go egg Lego's house. We're outside drinking some car. I actually don't know where Gio lives. I'm sure it's relatively close to me, but and if I did have that info, I would not divulge it to you guys. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't mind streaming on my data. I have unlimited data, so it's not like that's gonna kill my phone bill. So I think we can do something fun. And Simon says, I think that Rome hit motivated the Bruins. That's fair. Okay, 11:05. This is a good place to end. So no rap tonight. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm sure I'm not disappointing anyone. But I will save that for a special night. I will also save the house tour for a special night. But yeah, I think it'd be nice. Maybe when the house is decorated around Christmas time, that would be the best time for a house tour, because then we're in a festive mood, the house looks good, and then maybe I'll end off with a Christmas wrap. So a lot of time to think about that. Okay, this is where you can type anything you want in the comments, make it clean, but I'll make sure that I read it later, but I won't look at it anymore because I got to wrap this thing up. So thank you. I appreciate you. I don't take you for granted. I know you could be doing anything else right now, but instead you spent an hour with me. So some good laughs today, some great questions, some great info, and I love how we're building up the community here. So thanks again. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you like to. And as I always say, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I'll check in with you tomorrow with another vlog, and we'll continue going throughout the week. Thanks again for watching. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go.